So there are Chinese herbs we use, they can help to detox. We talked about, make sure the liver is happy, right? And strengthen the immune system, that's always, that is the key, because in conventional medicine, all the treatment, the only one, the immune therapy is the closest, right? Try to work on the immune system part. All the other surgery, chemo, radiation therapy is basically all focused on the cancer. So, but we know that the immune system actually is the major part of the story. You need to address that. If it's weak, you need to boost it up. If it's not in harmony, you need to balance it. So that's another. And the digestion. So this part is very. You have chemotherapy. How that feels like. So like herbs can help improve digestion. Energy, fatigue after treatment, that is being, so that fatigue could be from two parts. One part is from the leftovers of toxin, chemo, toxicity. The other part is your adrenal function is being suppressed. So we always work from both sides. And the insomnia, this is coming after radiation therapy. We talked about, that's the steroids, too much fire in the system, right? You need to cool the system down, cool the brain down. So the brain inflammation we talked about. Improve mood and emotion. There's a different way to address the emotion. It needs to be balanced. This is the one that everybody needs to know, because right now the coronavirus is like, okay, so how do we do? How do we, should we use a mask? Should we wash your hands 1,000 times a day? Should we, use whatever we use to boost your own immune system? This is the one, astragalus. That's what we use the most, and also for cancer patient. Fatigue. Remember that fatigue we talk about after. This is the one. And all the studies showing this is actually boosted the killer T cells. It's a root, and there's a capsule forms. You can take it by itself. You can just make a tea out of it. Compared to most herbs, the astragalus is not too bad. It doesn't have much of a strong taste. Some herbs are really, really strong. This is the herb we use to protect the liver function. And sometimes, it's like, after the 2 rounds of chemotherapy, so the doctor said, have to stop because the liver enzymes are all elevated. So we just wait. Instead of wait, take some Sicentron. Make a tea, to take by itself. And so that will help the liver, the tissue to repair. And so that you'll be able to, because this is a part of the integrative oncology. If you have certain type of cancer, you know that particular chemo regimen is good, but you may not be able to handle it. So what we do is to support that, to make sure the patient can finish the chemotherapy. So that's one area. The reishi mushroom. So you may have heard, they have those 3 mushrooms, the 7 and the 10. It's like, okay, next time probably we'll hear 20, right? So among all that, the best one is this one, reishi mushroom. This one is being studied the most. All mushrooms in general, are good, but this one are the best. So that's why it's like, okay, next time if you see that this one has 3, that one has 7, I'll go for the 7. Make sure that 7 mushrooms that have the reishi, this one in it, have a higher concentration of this one in it. So this is this has been around for a long time. This is in Chinese medicine. Originally we use this mostly for longevity. So it's kind of like an anti-aging type of treatment. And in the 70s, they did a lot of study, just to help with the people with the chronic hepatitis B, hepatitis C, to see the change. And later, it turned into the cancer research. This one is the best.
How do you use that? Cook? Cook or?
So pretty much already. Most times it's the capsules.
Okay.
Already capsules. So the percentage, yeah, but make sure, double check, all talking about mushroom, you need to have this one. Ginger, this is the one, yeah, we like ginger. So this is one of the best herbs, should be used through the whole course of the treatment. Yeah. Because for example, like chemotherapy, some combination, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. So what we use ginger, yeah, fresh ginger. And there are two ways you make a ginger tea. The way you do it, yeah, like this, don't skin it, yeah, clean it, don't skin it, and slice it. Yeah, bring water to boil, bring the ginger boil to no more than 5 minutes. Yeah. There's a reason, the study behind it is because that compound that helps with nausea actually in the skin. It's like essential oil. If you boil it over 20 minutes, half hour, you lose half of it. So that's why, so make sure, yeah, you don't overboil. Yeah. And the second, when the nausea is really bad, sometimes the chemo really bad, like all the time. So what we recommend, just the fresh sliced ginger, suck on it. Yeah, it's like a candy. We wish it tastes like a candy, but ginger candy is different. Okay, ginger candy is too much sugar. Okay, that's not for you. You may get more nauseous, when you suck on the ginger candy. So just slice fresh ginger. Yeah, just do it that way. Yeah, so that will help. So this is you're talking about that after chemotherapy they got the congestion, they got the cold abdomen. The best thing, ginger. Yeah, just drink regularly. You can sip it through the day. Yeah, and the warm ginger tea will help. So this is the one, all the studies showing like inflammation, antibacteria, this is pretty much what it is. Yeah, but just how we use it, should be very, very clear. This is a new favorite supplements on the block. Yeah, turmeric. Yeah, turmeric is a Chinese herb. We use that. Its name is jianhuang. We use that, for thousands of years. And after all, it's what we call a blood mover. So meaning, you need to have what we call blood stagnation. That stiffness, that pain, or you need to have that, or the tongue is purple, yeah, or you check the pulse is choppy. So you have to have those, yeah, to use turmeric. If your body tends to bleed easily, and you have anemia, so try not to use, yeah, jianhuang. So jianhuang, turmeric is not for everybody. Okay, so that's very, yeah, you have to have those, yeah. And also jianhuang is warm. So if you already have a lot of heat, infection, jianhuang is not your friend. But you have you have a cold, you have a chronic inflammation, you tend to be on the cold side, jianhuang helps a lot. So this is to give you, it's like, okay, it's not everyone should take, yeah, based on your body type and where you are at. If you, yeah, in the treatment, and also if you have trouble, yeah, with infection, with, yeah, what do we call heat, be careful. Ginseng, yeah, so this is, so ginseng is also being used, yeah, for thousands of years. And so we use, there's so many different aspects ginseng can help with. But basically we use that is for the, the fatigue after chemo. So when your adrenal function is sharp, yeah. And ginseng can actually help reactivate the adrenal function, adrenal gland. Yeah. And so, but on the market, that pretty much, 95% of those are cultivated, yeah, ginseng. So even, people always say like, okay, the wild ginseng is better. So how do we know this is a wild ginseng? This is cultivated ginseng. Yeah, the wild ginseng is ugly, small, wrinkled, and the color is not pretty. The cultivated is big, rounded, pretty color. Okay, so if you really want some good quality, you go with the wild ginseng. So that's how you know. And most people, the cultivated is enough. And when you buy it, so make sure, ask the seller, whoever is selling it. So this is at least should be 5 or 6 years old, because that is actually from study that measure the compound, active compound. 5, 6 years, that's just the entry level. Yeah. If the younger ones, they're pretty much not concentrated enough. Yeah. And so anything over 10 years, that will be very expensive. So 5, 6 years, that's pretty much the right type of ginseng you'll get. And so you'll know very quickly, ginseng is not good for you. What happens? Palpitation, nosebleeds. So it's like, okay, you don't want to sleep. You don't want to sleep, get a palpitation, you have nosebleed. You know, ginseng is not for you. Stop right away. Yeah. So if that happens, normally we substitute with American ginseng. Yeah, so that you can still get some a little bit different, because the temperature for ginseng and American ginseng are different. American ginseng is what we call cooling. Ginseng is hot. Yeah. So this is like, how do we know? Yeah, you'll notice right away. It's not take ginseng for 3 months to see if anything changes. No, if you take it tomorrow, you will feel something. Yeah. So that is, you'll know, this is within a week or two, you pretty much have idea, okay, this is good for you or not good for you. Yeah. This one, nobody likes because it's so bitter. But this is a very good one, yeah, in terms of for the chronic inflammation, the chronic infection we're talking about, and so help like detox the cactus. Yeah. It's the problem so bitter. Yeah. And so that's, we always say, okay, you want to kill your appetite? Just take cactus couple, not much. You don't have appetite for 3 days. That's all. Yeah.
For what?
So bitter, reduce the appetite. Yeah. So you don't want to eat too much. Yeah. So this is the one we normally appetite. Yeah. Normally we use. But it's so much beneficial in terms of like, okay, if you want to decrease the inflammation level, you want to boost the immune system, you can use astragalus and cactus, the combo. You can use the ginseng and this combo. You can use the sesantol we mentioned earlier to protect the liver. Yeah. This also goes well with turmeric. Yeah. So if you have those patterns, you want a simple solution. Yeah. It's just so now the good news, you can put it into capsules. Yeah, veggie capsules, even better. So you don't taste the bitterness. Yeah, but this is a good one. Most times the people don't know. But this is like when you have normally we see okay, after the cancer treatment, the tumor marker is still a little bit funny, kind of like sneaking up. Yeah, so like, all right, it's not ready for chemo yet. Yeah, what can you offer? We have a group of herbs called the herbal chemo. Yeah, so this one only also is a part of that group. Yeah, so they have the anti-cancer properties, but they're not as harsh as the chemo drugs. Yeah. So this is one of the ones we use. This one is very popular. Yeah. Anybody got the chocolate covered goji berry from Trader Joe's? Yeah. There are other places that sell the same thing. Yeah. So the goji berry, is one of the herbs is also being known for basically boosting the immune system. Mostly, boost the immune system, the B cell system. We talked about, your increase the CD level, increase the other part. Yeah. And so that means, if you want to boost your immune system for both the T cell and the B cell, so you can use the Huangqi astragalus with this, you can use the ginseng with this one. Yeah. And you want to increase the circulation, use turmeric plus this one. So they work, together. Yeah. So this is pretty much the idea. It's not, if we know where you're at. If we know, okay, in your case, your T cell system is weaker than your B cell system, so we probably prefer more like astragalus and ginseng. But if we know the trouble is in the B cell system, so we prefer goji berry and cisantra, we had earlier. Yeah. So this is basically, there's not a single one that can cover everything. This is the idea. There's not like one that's the best. Depends on what you have, what your pattern is, and so we can come up with the combination. If one will be enough, we don't need to use anything more. If it's not, we use the combination.